Good morning, students. I, Swain, welcome all of you on a fresh day, fresh morning to GYANJYOTI online classes. Today, I will teach you class 7, section 3, Civics from the social studies subject. Students, and the name of the chapter is number 3. Chapter number is 3. Name of the chapter is the government at state level. Students, that you know that there are two types of government in our country. Well, the first one is the center at New Delhi, and the state level government is situated in Bhubaneswar. So, in the previous two chapters, if you will recall, then the first chapter, name of the chapter was democracy, and the second one was the institutions of democracy. Then in the second chapter, we knew that how elections are being held and what are the different institutions of democracy which allows the smooth functioning of the government. Students, now the topic is the government at the state level. So, why the government is needed both at the center and both at the center? Students, because let me give you an example that our Prime Minister, suppose, let me give you an example, our Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi, can he look after the matters of the state, of our Nobra district, of our Gram Panchayat, of the village level? No. He is the Prime Minister of the country. So he is the head of the country, our country India. So he looks after the country. But there are some divisions made on the administrative basis. Therefore, there are some state governments, the local self-governments, where the people or there are different officers who are responsible for the smooth functioning of the government at different levels. Students, now we will study about the chapter that the Indian Constitution provides for a system of dual government. How, students? One at the union level and another at the state level. That what I have told you now, that our Constitution enables us to have a dual government, that one at the center, the second one at the state level. Then the pattern of government at both the levels is parliamentary. How, students? The pattern provides for two types of executive at the same level, that is the nominal and real executive. We will read about it, what the students, what is the meaning of nominal and real, we will study in the next few minutes. Students, the nominal executive cannot use his or her powers and authority independently. The president and the state governors are the nominal executive. Students, now we will write the government is divided into two parts. The first one is the union. The second one is state level. As I have told you, then students will study about that what are the different types of executives. So the head of the state. In the first paragraph it is written that the pattern provides for two types of executives at the same level. The president and the governor. The president at the central level and governor of different states, they all are the nominal executives. Students, always remember one thing, that the president and the governor, they are the nominal executives, and they cannot use their powers. Students, why? There is a reason we will read it further. That they cannot use their powers and authority without the advice of the Council of Ministers of the state, and as per the provision of the Constitution of India. Real executives are not dependent on others for exercise of their authority and powers. The Prime Minister and the Chief Minister, they are the real executives, and they, with their respective councils of ministers, are the supreme authority in a state and in a country. So students, they do not need the advice of anyone to act upon something and to exercise their powers and authority. They are collectively responsible to the respective legislatures at their level. Students, as I have told you that our government is divided into three organs. The first one is legislative, the second one is executive, and the third one is the judiciary. So the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister are the real executives, and students, as I have written here, President and the Governor, they are the nominal executives. Don't have the power, they don't have the power and authority, and they can't act without the advice of the Council of Ministers. But that is not the same with the case of the Prime Minister and the Chief Ministers. Students, do you know that who is the President of our country? He is also known as the first citizen of our country. Students, do you know? Can you guess? Ramnath Kovind is our President of our country. And students, do you know who is our Prime Minister? Everybody knows that Narendra Modi is our Prime Minister. But what about our state? We'll read about the state government in detail, then I will tell you that who is the governor of our state, how he is being elected, and who is the Chief Minister of our state. Students, then we'll read about the governor. As I have told you that the governor and the president are the nominal executive of a state and a country, but it is not the same with the case of the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister. So, we'll study about it, that each state has the governor. Students, we know, then I have told you that who is the governor of our state, do you know? I will write here the name. His name is, before his name, His Excellency is used. And Professor Ganesi Lal is the governor of our state, Odisha. Students, we all know that each state has a governor. There may be a common governor for two or more states, because due to the absence of one governor in a state and due to the late appointment by the President of India, one governor is in charge of one or more states. Okay, students, then the governor is appointed by the President of India. Likewise, I told you a few seconds ago, he is appointed by the the President of India. Then, however, the person may be removed from office of the governor's office before the expiry of his or her tenure by the President. And the governor is appointed by the President of India on the advice of the Union Council of Ministers for a period of 5 years. Students, if you ever visited Bhubaneswar, then there is a place called the Raj Bhavan Square. There is the place called Raj Bhavan where the governor residence is situated. So each governor is appointed by the President of India for a period of 5 years, and he or she both can be, ladies also can be the governor of a state. Students, in Jharkhand, then Draupadi Murmu was the governor of the state. I think she is there, and she has not completed, I think, the tenure of 5 years. Students, then what about the qualifications? Can you become the president? Can I become the president? No. Can I become the governor? No. So what are the different qualifications? We will read it further. Then what are the qualifications? Students, it means who can become the governor of a state? There must be some minimum qualification. which will allow him or her to become the governor of a state. Students, the first one is he must be a citizen of India. This is very clear. Citizen of India. Yes, it's true. He or she must be the citizen of India, not the citizen of Pakistan, Bangladesh. And next, he must have attained the age of 35 years. More than 35 years. Friends, if a person is having 30 years of age, he or she can't become, because if the minimum qualification is more than 35 years. Most of the governors, they become governors at that old age. Okay, students. Then the next one is he must not be a member of the either of the houses of the parliament, means Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and state legislature. Students, he must not be a member of the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha or the state legislative assembly. Okay, students. Then next, I can write here no, not a member. Member of not a member of LS and Rajesh. RS, students, it stands for Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. I have written it in short. Then students, the next qualification is should not enjoy any office of profit in the government, means he or she must not be in a job, in a service, and they must not have in a office of profit where he or she must may get some salary. No, that is not possible. The last one can be should be mentally sound, means a human being, he must be mentally very sound, not his mind should be very in a different condition. He or she must be normal. Students, will read the next part. Then students, one more, the last condition or the qualification to become the governor of the state means he should not be insolvent. His condition, mental condition should be in a very good condition. Therefore, he or she can contest to become a governor of a state. Students, then apart from these qualifications, two other practices have come to be followed over the years, and what are they? Students, they are the person to be appointed must not belong to the state to which he or she is appointed as a governor. Students, as I have told you that he or she must not be local or to the state. Professor Ganesh Lal, he belongs to Haryana, and he has attained the office of the governor of Odisha. So he is not a local. Students, now an Odia governor, I will tell you the name, Vishwa Bhushan Harichandran. He belongs to the BJP party, Bharatiya Janata Party. He is the governor of Andhra Pradesh. Being in Odia, he is the governor of Andhra Pradesh. So they must not be the local citizen of the state where they are appointed. But next one is the union government may take the chief minister into confidence before the appointing the governor. It means the union government, while appointing the governor of a state, they may consult the respective chief ministers before appointing. Students, then will study about the powers and functions of the governor. What are the powers and functions of the governor? So, we'll read about it. Then, the governor is the constitutional head of the state. Students, the governor is the constitutional head of the state, wields the executive, legislative, and judicial and financial powers. What are they? The first one is the executive powers. What are the executive powers? Students, there are four types of powers of the governor. So we'll read the first one, the executive powers. So what are they? The governor appoints the chief minister. The first one, very important part is the appoints. Same, I am writing in short, and the council of ministers. This is the most important power of the governor. After elections, the governor has the power to appoint the chief minister and the council of ministers. Students, then and all the top level officials. So what can be there? I will write the examples here. The advocate general, one of the example means, students, he is the highest law officer in a state. Then the chairman and members. Members of different commissions, I can say. Public Service Commission is one of the example. Students, Advocate General and Chairman and members of Public Service Commission. Students, it is a body which conducts different types of recruitments, exams to recruit different types of officers. Then students, he can dismiss them from their posts. He has the power if he feels that they are not fulfilling the responsibility. Students, the next one is the legislative powers. Students, the next is the legislative powers. What are they? The governor addresses the first session of the legislative assembly every year when it starts. Then students, he summons and prorogues the session of the state legislature. No bill can become a law without his action. Students, you know, if we are making some law in a state or in a center, let's forget about the center. Let us take the example of state. Then it has to be passed by the governor. Then only it can become a law. If the state government is not in session, he also has the power to reserve a bill for the consideration of the president. And if the state legislature is not in session, the governor can issue orders called ordinances to convene a session of the state legislature. Then students, the ordinances remain in force till 6 weeks on the next session of the state legislature. The general budget is presented in the legislative assembly in the governor's name. It is presented in the beginning of each year. The budget is students is usually made for the expenditure, income, how the sources of income, how the money will be spent in a particular year. That is a financial we can say. The next one is the in the legislative power. The next is the judicial power. Students, what are the judicial powers? Students, we know that judiciary is one of the most important organ of the government. You have seen courts, different types of courts associated in a state. Sessions court, district court, then additional district judge courts, family courts. So these courts are established to ensure every citizen should get justice. Justice at doorstep is their motto. Then clemency appeals are addressed to the governor. He has the power to pardon or to reduce or change the nature of punishment of a convict and awarded by the High Court or lower court of the state. Students, you must have seen the criminals who are doing very hardcore crimes, they often pray for pardon and they request the governor. He has the power to change their sentence. Rigorous imprisonment is also changed from many years to less years, and the power remains with the governor of the state. Then, student, the last one is the financial powers. Students, what are the financial powers? So here also the different, the last among these four is the last power, the financial powers. No money bill can be introduced in the legislative without his approval. The contingency fund, students, of the state is at the disposal of the governor, and he can make advances out of it to meet the unforeseen expenditure. Students, contingency fund, that's a fund means emergency fund. That money is kept for emergency purposes. Like we can see now the Corona crisis, the COVID-19 crisis, it was very unseen, it was never known. We have never imagined that this type of calamity, natural calamity, we can say a pandemic will come. So that type of fund is kept, and the governor has the power to dispose that money. Then students, besides this power, if the governor feels that the state is not functioning along constitutional lines, he may recommend imposition of emergency in the state to the president and to call the president. Such state of affairs, in such situation, president rule is implemented. Students, in Jammu and Kashmir, most of the time, if situation is worse and it gets worse, then president rule is applied for smooth functioning of the government. Then students will read about the next executive of our state, real executive of our state, that is the chief minister. Students, who is our chief minister? You may have known he has become the chief minister for the 5th time in a row. He is Mr. Naveen Patnaik. He is Mr. Naveen Patnaik. He has become the chief minister of our state in the 5th time in a row. And the real power in the state lies with the chief minister. As I have told you, and students, you know, the capital of Bhubaneswar of city is the main power center of our state, Odisha. As you know that Bhubaneswar is the capital city of Odisha. You may have visited it several times. Then students, he is the leader of the majority party or a combination of political parties in the legislative assembly. Students, if a political party doesn't get the majority, I will make you understand that what is majority. Students, there are 147 seats in legislative assembly in our state, like our Mopra assembly. Students, you know the name of our MLA, Mr. Rajendra Dholakia. He belongs to the BJD party, Biju Janata Dal. There are 147 seats, and to win the elections, they need more than 2/3 of the vote. If they get such large majority of votes, they can form the government. What the BJD has done, it has got more than 110 seats in the last year's elections. Students, if it is not possible, then two to three parties becomes an ally and form government. Students, as I have told you that the chief minister is appointed by the governor and other ministers, and also appointed by the governor on the advice of the chief minister. Students, the chief minister and other ministers are responsible to the state legislative assembly. They work as a team and stay in power only as long as they enjoy the confidence of the state legislative. Then assembly. The chief minister presides over a meeting of the cabinet and council of ministers. He acts as a link between the minister and the governor and the chief minister can ask a minister to put in his resignation because he or she has the power if he feels that it is necessary. The entire ministry, the whole ministry or the council of ministers have to resign if a no confidence motion is passed. Students, mean in this no confidence motion, they have to prove their majority. Are the actual all the MLAs are present in their party or not? So, students, next, as I have told you and explained in the previous chapter, the government is made up of three organs. Students, first one, legislature. Executive, judiciary. Very simply, students, what is the legislature? The legislature branch makes the laws and the executive enforces the law and the judiciary interprets the law, means it fights for injustice. You know, there are courts as I have told earlier to provide us justice. Then students, the Constitution of India mentions the separation of powers between these three organs. Students, in the book, a picture has been drawn. I will tell you that in the top of the chart, that is the governor. Then it asks the CMs to form the government, and different council of ministers is being chosen by the CM. And as we all know, that governor is appointed by the President of India. Then the people of the state, like we the citizens of our state, we elect the public representatives as MLAs, and they go to the legislative assembly situated in Bhubaneswar or state capitals, and they themselves choose the leader of the majority party, and he or she becomes the chief minister of the state. Students, the next one is the state legislature. Students, the state legislature. Like the parliament, a state has a legislative assembly. That is the Vidhan Sabha. In Hindi we can say as Vidhan Sabha. And Vidhan Parishad also is present. There is the other house of the state, but it is presented in more bigger states, not like in our state Odisha. Then students, most of the states have only one house that I have told you, that is the Vidhan Sabha. Vidhan Parishad is presented in most bigger states, not in our state. So, Vidhan Sabha is present in our state Odisha. This is called the unicameral legislature. States such as I have told you, Andhra Pradesh, then students, Telangana, then Bihar, UP, Karnataka, so these are some of the examples which have both the houses, that is the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad. Students, state with both the houses are called bicameral legislature. Students, if both the houses are present, it is called bicameral. And if a single house is present, it is called uni. Uni means single, students. If single house is there, it is Vidhan Sabha. Or unicameral. If double house is there, that is called the bicameral. Students, then we will study about both the houses in detail. That is the first one is the Vidhan Sabha. In Hindi it is the Vidhan Sabha, and in English it is called the State Legislative Assembly. The members of the Vidhan Sabha are directly elected by the people through a mechanism called elections. Students, there is a concept called universal adult franchise we have studied in the previous chapter. Means the citizens attaining the age of 18 years, they can vote. Can you vote, student? No, I can vote because I have already attained the age of 18 years. The number of members in a Vidhan Sabha varies according to the size and population of the state, but cannot exceed 500. Students, in our state, as I have told you, there are 147 seats. But if you move to different states like Bihar, UP, Chhattisgarh, Goa, Sikkim, so this all differ from place to place. Likewise, our neighboring state Chhattisgarh, it has only 90 seats. Why? Because its size is smaller, the population is less than ours. So it depends upon the size and population. Elections are based on universal adult suffrage that I have told you, or franchise now. Then they can vote, we can vote irrespective of our caste, creed, gender and economic status. Students, what are the qualifications to become a member of the Vidhan Sabha or become a MLA? What are the qualifications? So, he must be a citizen of India, yes, true. He must be a citizen of our country. Then, he must not be involved in any criminal case. He must not be a criminal. He must not be involved in robbery, burglary and different types of cases. He should not enjoy any office of profit. Means, he or she must not be working in a place where they are getting salary. Students, then, he must be mentally sound. As I have told you earlier, he must be mentally sound. He must not be insolvent. His mind should work as a proper, as a rational human being. Then, qualifications also are there to become a member of the Vidhan Sabha, are same as the Lok Sabha at the center, where we send our member of parliament. Its members are elected for a term of 5 years. Students, they are elected for a term of 5 years. Unless the government is dismissed before the term is completed. Students, an MLA or MP is elected for a time of tenure of 5 years. If or he is sometimes he or she dies or resigns, then by-elections are conducted. We'll read it in the higher classes. Then the Vidhan Sabha elects a speaker. We'll move after elections. What happens? Elects a speaker and deputy speaker who performs the same functions as the counterparts in the Lok Sabha. Means to preside over the body of the Vidhan Sabha. A lot of MLAs are present here. There must be one person who should control all of them. All of them, the speaker is there who takes control all of them. So, what is the role of the speaker? In Vidhan Sabha, one speaker and one deputy speaker. In his absence, deputy speaker presides over the Vidhan Sabha. So, what are the functions? What are the functions? Students, he or she presides over the meetings of the Vidhan Sabha. No bill or resolution can be passed without his permission. He or she presides whether the bill is a money bill or not. I always tries to maintain discipline inside the house. So, who is, students? Do you know who is the speaker of our state legislative assembly? Try to know. Try to search in the Google and ask your seniors that who is the speaker of our assembly. Then we'll read. Okay, students, next we'll read about the next house of the state, which was, as I have told you earlier, that it is not present in all the states of our country. Vidhan Parishad or Legislative Council. It is not in Odisha. It is the upper house of the state legislature. Members of the Vidhan Parishad are elected from various bodies, not by election. So, how they are elected? The MLAs of the Vidhan Sabha are elected by a mechanism called elections, but this is not in the same way. They are 1/3 of the members are elected by the electoral loads formed out of local self-governing bodies. Students, next is the 1/3 of the members are elected by the members of Vidhan Sabha. Students, the members of the legislative assembly, 1/3 of the members are elected by the members of the Vidhan Sabha. Next, they are 12th of the members are elected by a constituency of graduates. So, 1/12 of the members, how many members there may be present? 1/12 of the members are elected by a constituency of graduates. Then students, 1/12 of the members are elected by the teachers of secondary schools, colleges and universities. Means they are elected by an educated mass. It's good. They will elect members to the Vidhan Parishad. 1/6 of the members are nominated by the state governor. He usually nominates eminent people in the fields of science, arts, music, social service, etc. etc. And students, all the members, apart from 4 to 5 sources, members are elected for a period of 6 years. Students, elected for 6 years. Whereas the members of the Vidhan Sabha, they are elected for a period of 5 years, but the members in the Legislative Council, they are elected for a period of 6 years. Students, then 1/3 of the strength gets retired after every 2 years. This is the same as the Rajya Sabha in the central government. They retire after every 2 years. The Vidhan Parishad cannot have more than 1/3 of the members of the Vidhan Sabha of the state. Students, let us take an example. If our state have 147 seats, means 1/3. It means if Vidhan Parishad is constituted in our state, Odisha, then there can be only 49 members. As the condition is there, 1/3 of 147 seats means the total seats of our state. It will be 49. This is a major condition of the Vidhan Parishad. Students, then next, the Vidhan Parishad cannot have no members, as I have told you. Then the chairman and deputy chairman is elected by the members of the Legislative Council. The chairman presides over the functioning of the House. In his absence, the deputy chairman presides over the House. It is very easy. Since he is the head of the council, he or she, they preside over the Vidhan Parishad. Students, then what are the powers and duties of the state legislature? We will study about it in detail. What are the powers and duties? In addition to the legislative function, the state legislature has to perform some certain non-legislative functions as well. The members of the state legislature can put questions to the Council of Ministers. They can also move a vote of no confidence. What is that, students? Against the government. Means if the government is not in a majority, means they have to prove it by voting in the assembly. The powers and procedures of the state legislature are more or less similar to those of the parliament, but there are some certain limitations on them. If the governor of the state feels that a law passed by the state legislature will prove detrimental to national unity or is against the larger interest of the country, he can withhold his assent to that bill and can send it to the parliament. Oh, sorry, the president for its approval. Then students will read about the next two important organs of the government: executive As I have told you that there are three organs of the government. The first one is legislative, we have studied it in detail. The second one is executive, and the third one is judiciary. Students, what is executive? They enforces the law, but legislature is a body which makes the law. Governments at both levels, that is, union and the states, need officials to carry out the functions regarding execution of policies, maintenance of law and order, collection of taxes, as well as the execution of development works. This usually includes the administration. Students, this is done under the supervision of certain government officials. As I have told you, it is all about the administration. These officials are called civil servants, or they are also known as bureaucrats. These are administrators who rule the districts by different laws. Therefore, it is also known as the administration. The executive body is also known as the administration. Then, since they have to deal with people all the time, they must have certain qualities. First, they should be intelligent so that they can understand the work well. Second, they should be honest in their dealings and must be hardworking. Then this type of officers are being recruited in the state government to rule over a state. The bureaucrats are responsible for this activity. The last one is, the last section is the judiciary. The last section is judiciary, students. So what is the work of judiciary? To give justice to all, irrespective of all caste, creed, gender, income, economic status. All should get justice. And now the famous slogan, we can, as I have told you earlier, that justice at doorstep. Different types of courts are being opened throughout the district to ensure justice to all. And just judiciary function is to interpret the law. The highest judicial body is the High Court. High Court in each state, and the Chief Justice of the High Court is the highest officer in the High Court. The job of the High Court is to protect the fundamental rights of the people, to settle disputes, and to punish them who breaks the law. Besides the High Court, the state has also subordinate courts like the district courts and additional district judge courts, family courts, and the Nyaya Panchayat, and so, etc., etc. So, this was the end of the topic, students. As I have told you in every video, that while watching this video, please refer the textbook. If you don't have the textbook, then please buy the textbook. And by saying this, I say goodbye to all of you. I hope you would have understood the topic. Thank you, students. Goodbye.